Welcome to Mecum's Gone Farmin Vintage Tractor Auction, featuring the only classic tractor auction of its kind in the country. Today, some of the hardest to find tractors in the world will hit the auction block. So sit back and relax and enjoy Mecum's Gone Farmin Vintage Tractor Auction.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Walworth, Wisconsin for Mecum's Gone Farmin Vintage Tractor Auction. I'm Mike Holland along with my co-host Max Wilson, and we're going to be bringing you play-by-play of each tractor that hits the auction block today.
Oh, yeah, and we've had some real great ones roll through so far and looking forward to the rest of them.
Whether you're a fan of green, red, or blue, maybe you'll find the tractor you've always been looking for on today's show. Don't go anywhere. We've got plenty of action coming up right after this. Welcome back to Walworth, Wisconsin and Mecum's Gone Farmin. Folks, as the next tractor makes its way up, let's take a look.
F-35 is a 1969 John Deere 4020 power shift. This is a no reserve, has a canopy on. Once again, another beautiful restoration, new tires on it. 3-point on the back, looks like a single outlet or hydraulic outlet on the back, but of course, this is a side console, and the side console tractors have been very hot with the bidding lately.
What a lot of tractors have done, even third party, is developed. There's a whole series of overhangs for a lot of these different tractors.
Yeah, and this is the factory John Deere rollover protection with the canopy. So. And of course, this one here, power shift also. So it's kind of got the side console and the power shift. It's got the stuff people want, and this one's selling no reserve. So.
Of course, on these tractors, Max, this isn't like going down to the local auction and buying a guitar that was played by a famous musician. Once you buy these things, then you got to have the whole setup to be able to put them in your truck, haul them, and make sure that they get to a good home. And here's another example of this. I don't believe I have seen a farmall tractor that's been outside in the field here. I haven't seen a bad one yet. And these, no. I didn't get a chance to meet the sellers of these yet, but I really do want to do that before the weekend's up. I want to find out who put so much time into these because, again, with every single auction we've been doing this for the last few years, I've never seen farmalls in this good condition ever.
No, we've had a lot of good-looking farmalls, and speaking of which, that brings in F-36 is a 54 farmall Super MD TA high crop. Now, 64 MTA high crops were built. Very few of them were diesels, and this goes back to the whole thing with that WD-45 diesel that we had come through as a high clearance. Diesel engines were just really starting to catch on, and I guess that kind of answers that question she asked me, why so few with the diesel engine? And what it was is the diesels were just starting to take off. Mr. Farmer was still relying a lot on gasoline for getting the work done. So once again, very rare tractor. If you look at the back of this, it's got a cover over where the PTO would have come out of this tractor. A lot of the high crops, they did not put PTOs on them because it wasn't safe because of the height of the tractor. So. And we're at $20,000 bid on this tractor, and they're rolling that one out nice and slow. getting a great shot up there from that overhead camera we've got here in the Gone Farming tent. And they're going to close the bidding on that. The bid goes on.
Bringing us to the next John Deere 420. This is lot F37, Max.
Yeah, and of course, John Deere 420 standard. Very unique tractor. Got the front weights on it. Now, the amazing thing is on this, it has orchard fenders on the back. You do not see orchard fenders on these tractors hardly ever. Very unique looking option, and of course it comes up over the tire and on the outside. That's to protect the fruit and the branches from being damaged as you're doing your work in that orchard. This tractor also has 3-point hitch on the back. One of a kind, so I would say that pretty much because I've not seen another one with those orchard fenders on it like that. So. Beautiful restoration on this tractor too. I mean, looks like everything's been done and done right.
And as we take a moment to listen to the auctioneer, and gives you an opportunity to hear some of the different banter, the auctioneer styles that each one has.
Yeah, this is once again one of our feature tractors, and that is Lance Schmidt up there, one of our auctioneers from Central Illinois. And standing next to him is his son Logan, who also does some of the auctioneering for us. So. Very unique orchard fendered 420 John Deere.
It's a 1951 Oliver 66, lot S48, Max.
Yeah, and of course, we've had 77 orchards. This is probably one of the first times I've seen a 66 orchard. Very unusual tractor, especially for our part of the country. We do mostly row crops around here, so completely restored, completely overhauled. Rarest of the Oliver orchards, very low production and very low hours on this tractor. So.
They ran it outside the building, but you know what? This could be the first auction this tractor ever came to. Got a little case of stage price in the crowd. Tractor belongs to this gentleman right here. He said tractor starts, runs and drives, does everything it's supposed to. If it doesn't, you don't own it. Is that right, sir? That's right.
Pretty much Lance there announcing the bid and bid with confidence, because this is the guy actually said if it doesn't do everything he promises it to do, he'll give you your money back. So. Very nice looking orchard here. Tin works all nice on it. $10,000 bid right now. $11,000. And these Olivers, of course, the orchard tractors always bring pretty decent money. $11,000, and the bid's going to go on that Oliver orchard.
And Max, as that one rolls out, we're going to take a quick break, but don't go anywhere. There's plenty of Mecum's Gone Farmin, Wisconsin coming up right after this. It's the 1960 Farmall 806. Another one of these great-looking restored tractors, Max. I haven't seen a bad one yet.
No, they've all been coming in. This one here's even got the white, raised white letters there on the Firestones on the back of it. Professional restoration has been recently finished. New tires, front and back, straight sheet metal, runs and drives like new. And once again, just the paint on this is flawless. And of course the 806s, that was to compete with the 4020s back in the day. And they did a pretty good job of competing with the 4020s. This also would have been in that same area as that 1850 Oliver, 1800 Oliver. Yeah, and this one is going to go to a new home, selling no reserve. Right up there with some of the nicest 806s painted up that have come across the block here.
And it sells for $9,000. And folks, now's a great time to take a break in the action and check in with Kevin. Kevin, what do you have for us?
Hey guys, we're here with a seller. It's William, and we're standing in front of his tractor. You can see the sold sign on it. William, how long have you had this tractor?
About a year.
And what kind of work have you done to this tractor in that time?
Well, we sandblasted it and painted it, no mechanical work, new tires front and back.
So it's a good running tractor, right?
Yes, it was, a good runner.
Well, thanks very much. Really glad that you were able to get a great deal here at Mecum. Back to you guys.
Bringing us to lot S, 114. Max, this is a 1941 Ford 9N.
Yep, with the original plow behind it. Very nice looking tractor, has that front bumper on it also. Does have a Sherman step-up transmission in it that gave you a couple different working speeds other than the standard 3-speed that the 9Ns came with. I think we're at a $1,900 bid on this. $2,000.
And rolling out at $2,100, bringing us to lot S, 115. Max, this is a 1959 Ford 961 gas. I like this one, Max.
Yeah, this is another nice looking tractor with a wide front on it. It's got the spin out rear wheels. Selling at no reserve. We must have someone that's got a few Fords that they want to get rid of, and a 4-year-old restoration on it. $2,000 on this tractor, not a bad price.
Looking for $3,000 on this one. And Kevin just got some movement on the other side. And as a little wind tunnel comes through, the auctioneer losing his sheets briefly, but not missing a beat.
And moving right along, no reserve. $3,000 right now. $2,800 on that.
That's a good price for that. Yeah, for that tractor, that was a great price. Bringing us to lot S, 116, 1965 Ford 4400 3-cylinder, Max.
Yeah, and this one here looks like it's got an attachment on the back for overseeding your pastures or doing overseeding a lawn. $3,500 with the attachment, not a bad price. You go right out and start overseeding people's lawns if you wanted to. And of course with the slit seeder, what that is, there's a rotor in there with a bunch of blades. It just cuts little slits about a 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch deep. And then the seeds dropped over the back, and then we got the roller there that just packs it all in. So 4250 right now bid on this 4400 Ford. There's a lot of 444 in that when you say 4400 Ford.
Kathy's got one on the hook over here, and certainly our camera crew catching all the action. We want to thank our viewers that are tuning into RFD-TV across the country every Tuesday and every Saturday. Mecum's Gone Farmin can certainly be seen 5:30 p.m. on Tuesdays Eastern Time and 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time on Saturdays. And as a reminder, Saturdays are usually a repeat show of Tuesday's original runnings.
$4,800 now bid.
This tractor is certainly making its way through the bidding process. And 4,800 Kathy's way. Now, Max, as we bring in this next one, lot S117, it's a 1962 Ford 6000. You had mentioned something, and this is kind of a distinctive thing about these Fords, whether they're all blue or whether they got this dual color scheme.
Yeah, and it just depended on age, and of course the 6000, there were several different variations of these tractors made. This one here with that hood styling and where those headlights are, and then you got the front weight set there. This also has the spin-out rear wheels, the 3-point. This is when Ford all of a sudden started making the bigger tractor, started competing with everyone else. Kind of a unique looking tractor, you know, you don't, kind of different styling. They had that 6000 placard on the side of the hood, what we're looking at right there. This is a complete restoration, excellent condition. Everything on the tractor works. And of course, that's a big thing. A lot of these tractors, they got beat up and used and abused. And finding parts for some of these, because they were only run for a few years with this styling. So $4,800 bid right now. This is another one selling at no reserve. And I would happen to think that those front weights on that tractor are probably a little bit hard to find.
And that one sells out Kathy's way for $4,900. Well, folks, Mecum's Gone Farmin is a course about tractors, but another piece of Americana history and another part of our show is the vintage signs and collectibles. Let's take a look.
M87 is a Matthews Company Action light-up sign. We have sold a couple of these on the auctions here before.
Which just brings me to my next point of the fact that some of these signs really seem to come in series, Max.
Yeah.
But boy, it seems like we're picking off a group of, from the Massey to some of these other ones, it seems like we have a lot of each one.
Yeah, and of course, Matthews Company, they're based out of Crystal Lake, Illinois, just a stone's throw down the road here. If you get out on 14, you'll run into Crystal Lake eventually. $800 right now on that sign. Not sure if we got that sold or not. I don't think we did, but let's move on to M88. Is an IH single-sided lighted sign, 120 by 15 inches, which that sign he's holding up, I'm thinking it's 15 by 12. $200 bid right now. This is a nice size little sign to have hanging up in someone's man cave or in their shed or their office. $2.5 bid on it right now.
Sold at $350 Kathy.
$350 Kathy's way. Gonna bring us to M90 is a Surge single-sided porcelain neon. 72 by 47. Well, of course, any of you out there in the dairy business know that Surge was making milk equipment, and to see one of these in a neon sign for a dairy equipment company is very unusual. Beautiful looking sign. I love the colors with the neon on it. Just really pops. Looking at $2,000 bid right out of the hole there. 22 and a half. 2,500. And this is a good size sign. With being 72 inches long by 47 inches high. I mean, this
creates a transport issue if you don't have a big enough truck to take something like that home. Certainly.
Got Audra working here with David again on the phone bid. $3,100 now, Mike. I mean, it's amazing how much some of these signs bring. You wouldn't think it's subject matter, but that speaks to the scarcity of this sign. $3,100 to the internet, and that's going to bring M91, which is a Dickinson pine tree sign, single-sided tin, 37.5 by 13 inches.
Yeah, it is pretty extent sign we got. That's 100% right there. What do they get foreign kind to next here? And then what do they get foreign? Get 2,000. They get 1,000. If it's to get 10, give 500. If it's going to be 5.
Dickinson pine tree seed. 99.5% pure. I wonder what the 0.5% unpure stuff is in it. Very nice looking sign. Got a little bit of like a pasture scene in it. 600 dollars. Evidently, there's a few people in the crowd that are liking this sign too. Kind of an unusual subject matter. I mean, there are tree farms, so I guess it would fall into the agricultural category, but you don't see many of them.
Soder, $600 to the pound.
$600 to phone bid. M92 is a D. Laval double-sided tin sign, 30-inch round. And that's an older D. Laval logo there with the DLE. D. Laval dealer authorized sign.
202, 4.
Looking for $200 bid right now.
200 to par. 600, 400, 300 to par.
$300 bid now.
400 to par.
Of course, D. Laval was another one. Milk machine products. I believe they got $400 for that sign, and that's going to bring up M93 as a Hayes corn planters, single-sided porcelain. That one's 30 by 10 inches. Never heard of Hayes corn planters. So. $200 bid, looking for $300.
Now half. 3.5,
300, looking for 3.5 right now. 3.5. 350, so Audrey's way.
And with that one rolling out, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back in Walworth, Wisconsin, right after this. Well, welcome back to Walworth, Wisconsin, and Mecum's Gone Farmin. As the next tractor makes its way in, let's get back to the action. And Max, we have a 1945 John Deere AW. I want to hear what your thoughts are on this. I feel like I know what they're going to be, but this is a neat tractor, lot S118.
Yeah, another nice looking tractor, electric start with that wide front, which of course these early style tractors, a lot of people call them the anteater nose wide front. It took a completely different front pedestal to put this wide front on. Got fenders on it, cast rear wheels, about everything guys want in a mid or a wartime A with a wide front. I mean, of course, at that point, a lot of these tractors were not highly optioned because of the war effort being on. This is the second owner, does have power troll, 2-cylinder document, so a real nice tractor going, selling at no reserve. $2,500 bid right now. Nice restoration on this tractor too, really. Now we're starting to climb up there a little bit on this tractor, about where I figured it should be with the restoration that's done on it and that wide front. $3,300 bid right now. I've always kind of wanted one of those tractors, and they've always been out of reach. You don't see them around here too often. $3,500 bid. And now we just got a little more action on this thing right at $5,000.
And it runs out of Kathy for $5,000. This next one's lot S119. It's a 1953 John Deere 50.
Another nice little tractor, of course, pretty much a John Deere B and a little bit newer sheet metal. Looks like a newer paint on this tractor. It's got the fenders on it. Looks like probably pretty close to original rear tires on it. Of course, these little 50s, these are just a nice little tractor to run around on. Got that 6-speed transmission. They move out pretty good speed. And once again, another one selling at no reserve on this tractor, so pretty much the owner thinks it's time to get rid of it. $2,750 right now on this fairly nice looking 50 John Deere. As it rolls slowly by, another bid at 28.5 now.
And as things keep rolling here, we're moving to lot S120, a 1954 John Deere 60. Just to add a year to it, and another 10.
Yep.
Big Brother's coming through.
Yeah, and of course this here took the place of the John Deere Model A. I've got a lot of time spent on a seat of a John Deere 60 for years growing up. That was me and Dad's big tractor on the farm. We had two of them, one without power steering, one with power steering. And of course, as a young boy, what one did I get? The one without power steering. So always a fun tractor to run around with. Dad, we always pulled 314s with it and a 10-foot disc. I mean, what more does a guy need when he's running 40 acres? But get the job done. It took you a little while, and it seemed like you were out there for a long time when you got the work done, but it got the job done. So. And this is another one selling at no reserve. I would think this one and the tractor before it came from the same owners. $2,700 bid. $2,700 due to telephone.
And that brings us out to lot S121, another one of my favorites with the gray and red combination. It's a 1955 Ford 900.
Yeah, another one selling at no reserve. These Fords, we've had a lot of these Fords here the last couple days. This one here, spin out rear wheels, 3-point. Got them nice big fenders on there, narrow front. $1,500 bid right now. And of course, the thing with me, I wear a size 13 boot, and the way these brakes are configured, you got to lift your foot up and set down it. And I always end up tripping and not getting my leg up high enough to get on that brake. But they are a fun little tractor to drive. That little 4-cylinder engine, Ford design, just kind of runs so smooth. $2,000 on that 900 Ford.
Yeah, bringing us to another big boy coming through here. 1962 Ford 6000 diesel, lot S122. And you know, you could drive this by your mother's window in the middle of the night, Max, because it's a quiet tractor for its size.
Yeah, real quiet tractor here. And of course, we had a 6000 come through a little bit earlier with the gray and blue. Now this one's a gray and red. This one has a Selecto speed, good mechanical condition, spin-out wheels. The Selecto speed has been rebuilt. Runs out good with a PTO. Selling at no reserve with a 3-point. So this one here's got the diesel in it. See that injection pump there right below the Ford diesel emblem. That one's going to sell at $3,000.
A steal of a tractor. Well, that brings us to lot S123. Max, this is a night, you're going to love this one. It's a 1939 John Deere B in original condition.
Yeah, nice straight looking old tractor here. Looks like it's got the factory flat spokes, which were only available, I believe, in 39 and 40 to order from the factory on a tractor. Looks about like could be original rear tires on this. Looks like it may have been repainted at some point and someone's trying to go through and get it back down to that original paint, but pretty nice little tractor for $1,000. The hood's nice and straight and the grills are straight on it. Looks like it's got all the right equipment on it. New muffler, new oil gauge. $1,400 right now is the bid.
And it rolls out at $1,500, bringing us to lot S124. It's a 1956 John Deere 60.
Had quite a few of these 60s come across the block here today, over the weekend too. So. Pretty nice looking tractor, got some good shine to the paint, fenders on it. Looks like new tires on the rear, so. $2,000 right now on this 1956 John Deere 60. Would have been pretty much the last year the 60 was made, because in 57 they came out with the 20 series. Someone has updated this tractor with a float ride seat like a 20 series would have had. $4,300 now. I must have dozed off there for a minute, because last I knew it was at $2,000. The bidding must be going pretty good right now.
And with that, Max, we're going to take a quick break, but don't you go anywhere. We'll be back with Mecum's Gone Farmin right after this.
This is lot S125, is a 1965 Farmall 1206. complete restoration, new Firestone tires, new lights and gauges, dual hydraulics.
A gorgeous truck. When I saw this one come by our desk, Max, this is another example of that restoration on the farmalls out here. This one's got the flat fenders, sits way up. This tractor have been going for a lot of money during this auction.
Yeah, and this one here has the original tack and reads 5,005 hours, and it works. So new brakes, pretty much a good-looking tractor. Got that big hooked straight pipe on there. So $16,000 right now.
What's he want to do? Take the tractor out. We got 16,000 bid. What's he want to do? I got 16.5 offer, Paul. 16.5. Sold the tractor 16,000.
And they sell it out for 16,500. And that's going to bring us to the one that I thought was coming up then. It's lot S126. It's the 1949 Farmall C.
Yeah, another decent looking little Farmall here with fenders. Got the belt pulley on the back. Looks like a good set of tires. This is the same year as the Farmall C that I've got at home that I still use to cultivate my corn. It has been updated to a 12-volt system on it. New tires, or newer tires, new lights, runs well, nice looking tractor. So $1,500 bid right out of the gate.
And I can't tell, Max, if there's a reserve on this one.
I didn't notice if there was one on the, there must be a reserve on this tractor as it's not listing it on Mecum.com right now. $2,000 right now on this Farmall C, 1949 model. Does have a magneto on it. Bid's going to go on at $2,100 or $2,000 on that.
Well, Max, this is a great time to take a break in the action because we have Kevin standing by outside with some special people. Kevin, who do you have for us?
We're here with Graham and Jeremy. Jeremy, tell me a little bit about what you brought to this show.
I brought a unstyled 1938 John Deere B.
So, Graham, what kind of work did this guy do to that tractor before he brought it here?
He restored the whole thing. It is like all old and rusty.
What kind of work do you do?
I clean them up and get the dirt off them.
Well, great. Good luck, guys. Good luck at the auction, and good luck finding something you like. Thanks very much.
It's a 1938 John Deere B. It's lot S127. I expect big things out of this one.
Yeah, complete restoration, beautiful looking tractor. Of course, 1938, it's got the long frame on it. Got them tires all slicked down, round spokes on the back, and the slotted disc wheels on the front. $2,000, and like you had mentioned, selling at no reserve. Person brought it to sell and sell with confidence. So,
and we got a bidder right in front of our table here with his son here, and making it very well known he wants this tractor. He is bidding fast and furious, bringing the price up to this one.
Yep, $42.50 right now, $4,500.
And it might have just reached his limit. He knew what he wanted to pay here and was hoping to get it for right around the $4,000 mark. As Kathy works her best magic on him, turns his head, shakes his head and says, no, that's too much for me today. He really wanted that tractor. I believe his son really wanted that tractor, but as every buyer comes here to Mecum Auctions, everybody seems to have their limit of what they can and what they will do. One of the beauties of auctions as well. So as we
$4,900 on that 38B.
And bringing in the Case 900B now. A little premature on that last one, but it did bring $4,900, and I think that's a steal at that price, Max.
Yeah, for the quality of restoration on that tractor, that was not a bad price. Now we got this Case 900B sitting in front of us. Lot S128. Nice looking restoration on this tractor, and this is kind of what I was going to say was bringing in the big guns right now. This is a big old tractor here. Nice big fenders on it, painted up nice. Restored, new rubber, new injectors and headwork, runs good, and it is a diesel. Got that straight pipe on it. We got our phone bidder back there with, looks like David handling the phone bid. Right now we got a close-up of Logan Schmidt there with the auctioneer cam we've got, and now we've got Audra right there signaling that she has got the bid with the phone bidder right now. Reserve has just come off, and the tractor is going to a new home today.
And it rolls out at $4,500, bringing us to Lot S, 129. It's a 1939 Farm All M tricycle.
Yeah, and here's just a prime example of a very nicely restored first-year M. This one here also has a notch deck. If you look at the back there, right above the PTO shield, there's a notch in that cast iron. That's for that seat support to come down into as you bounce across the field. Fenders on it, got the early wheels there with the big slots in it. Looks like new tires all the way around on this tractor. Finding one of these tractors with the notch deck is one thing. Finding one with the notch deck and the correct seat support on it is another thing. A lot of those seats got pitched as they could get more modern seats that had a little more cushion to them. This was a little bit like kind of sitting on a good stiff diving board where a lot of them had that Monroe shock and it was a lot softer ride. Serial number on this tractor is 3589, straight metal, 6-volt, PTO, hydraulics, new battery, excellent shape.
Owners on here, sir, we're really close to reserve. We're going to sign you with an N3200. We're going to call the owner. We're going to verify the sale, sir. $3,200 on an F. We appreciate your business.
And as that rolls out, they're going to call the owner on that bid for $3,200, giving us up to Lot S130. It's a Farm All C. This one's coming with all the jewelry to the party.
Yeah, this one's got a couple of attachments on it here. Got the loader on it and a mower on the back. All selling as one lot at no reserve. Believed to be a demonstrator based on the serial numbers, so has sickle bar and loader. So kind of a unique tractor here. It might be interesting if guys start working on that it might have that white paint underneath it that kind of signifies that that's a demonstrator tractor. So $900 bid right now on it. And I believe for it to be a demonstrator, it would have had to have been a 1950 model, I think was the only year they did that white paint, but I may be wrong. Some of those Farm All fans out there might go, well, boo, hiss, Max doesn't know what he's talking about. So.
Well, folks, I hate to do this to you, but that's all the time we have for today's show. You've been watching Mecum's Gone Farmin, Wisconsin, right here on RFD-TV. I'm your host, Mike Holland, along with Max Wilson. And Max, did you have fun today?
Oh, yeah, always a great day having fun watching these old tractors come rolling by.
Of course, we want to thank everyone who tunes in from week to week. And don't worry, there's more tractors coming up next week. We'll see you next time.